Okay, chapter 23, the kidneys. Now, I don't have my notes with me, okay? So I don't know what slide's coming up next. The urinary system. This picture right here, if it was coming through clear, would actually be showing the removal of a healthy kidney. And that would be for for a donor who would be donating that kidney to someone. Have you ever known someone who had to have a kidney transplant? All right. Where does the transplant go into their body? Goes into the lower abdomen. What? Huh? When a person has a kidney transplant, do they remove the diseased kidneys? No, the diseased kidneys stay there. I have a friend who had kidney transplant because she has the polycystic kidneys. And basically, these cysts build up on the kidneys. And of course, they didn't remove the diseased kidneys, but they put in the donated kidney. And now when I go to hug her, because the kidneys are growing in size, okay, because the cysts don't stop growing, okay, the damage doesn't stop, okay. When I go to hug her now, she's like really, it's really huge. You can actually feel the kidneys and the cysts now. And so, they've come a long way in this system with the donors and so forth. And, when we think about this system, the job of this system is to filter wastes. All right? Now, there are other ways that our body can filter the waste, but it in no way compares to what the kidneys can do. The kidneys' ability to filter waste is mind-boggling. I mean, seriously, it is totally mind-boggling. The components of the system, we've got our kidneys, the ureters, the bladder, and the urethra. These are the parts, okay, of this system. The kidneys are not always the same between two people. The kidneys may not be the same in you. Some people have, for example, one horseshoe-shaped kidney, okay? But their job that they're going to be doing, the filtration, seriously, to say that, I understand what's taking place, but the actual comprehension of it, I can't. Okay? I cannot comprehend this system. Filtration and excretion is what we're doing. But this system, the two kidneys, because that's really what we're looking at, okay? These two kidneys regulate blood volume. What do we mean by that? The amount of fluid, okay? The amount of the blood pressure, and blood osmolarity. Do you remember what osmoles are? Molecules of stuff. The salts, the electrolytes. Okay? Therefore, it's regulating electrolytes and acid-base balance of body fluids. They secrete erythropoietin. What is that? production of those red blood cells, regulate calcium homeostasis, affecting bone metabolism, clear hormones and drugs from the blood, detoxify free radicals, support blood glucose levels. Think about this. I'm sorry. I understand it, but I don't comprehend it. I am totally amazed that something like that does this. And you can survive with only one doing it.
Your friends that have a kidney hers is a little more accurate and still be filtered at the same point as her other kidneys. Like it's still being filtered at the same point as the regular kidney?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, when we look at what the kidneys are doing, they are producing wastes, okay? Because if their job is filtration, then that means they're filtering the fluids and they're producing a waste, in addition to everything else that they're doing. The waste that get created, they're called nitrogenous wastes, okay? A waste is anything that's useless to the body or is in excess in the body. Metabolic waste. Our body is constantly carrying out metabolism, because what is metabolism? The sum of all the chemical reactions in your body. Note my terminology. The sum of all the chemical reactions in your body. That is meaning everything that takes place. A waste gets created. Nitrogenous waste, these are the most toxic. For the most part, it's urea, a byproduct of protein catabolism. Because once again, what is the only thing that the cell of my body can make? A protein. And this process creates the byproduct. At any point in time, you're roughly 50% proteins. At any point in time. Can you just fathom the waste? I can't. Okay? I can't. Because we're talking trillions of cells, right? And just 50% of that. Okay? I can't. as it gets broken down, gives off ammonia. The liver can convert the ammonia to urea. Now, we also get formed uric acid and creatinine, which hopefully will get filtered and taken care of, okay? Because those are very harmful to us. Hopefully, by the time we get done in the kidneys, that is taken care of and it's good. Now, when you have blood work done, and if you ever look, how many of y'all actually take your blood work and do this number? Normal, range within normal, not normal. How many of y'all actually do that with the results of your blood work? Yeah. Trust me, the older you get, the more you will. Okay? One that gets tested is called BUN. Blood, urea, nitrogen. Blood, urea, nitrogen. The urea, nitrogen, and the blood. Now, if you have a factor of it and it remains high over certain numbers of lab works, it could tell the doctor that your kidneys may not be functioning correctly. Maybe they need to do a little more research, check your kidney function, okay? And it can be something called azotemia. Not good, okay? If not taken care of, because these are building up in the blood, it can progress to uremia. Ever heard of that one? Okay, it is something that you will probably encounter as you move into your chosen programs and start clinicals and so forth. And if you hear the term uremia, that person's very ill. Okay, very ill. And that can actually lead to death. The other part, as we have all this filtration, the other one that was mentioned was excretion. Basically, separate waste from body fluids and eliminate them. Like I said, there are other systems that can help with this. The respiratory system, because we're breathing out CO2, for example. The integumentary system, when we sweat, we have stuff that, goes out of the body. The digestive system, they pale in comparison to the urinary system. You cannot depend on these other three. Like if the urinary system has failed, the other three will not keep you alive. All right? They're not putting or they're not filtering enough to make sure that the system doesn't back up with waste and kill you. Now the kidneys, we call them retroperitoneal. Retro to the back, and then peritoneal because they're in the peritoneum. They're about the size of a bar of soap. They have an area called the hilum, this little indentation right here. Nerves, vessels, lymphatics, ureter exit from this side of the kidney. There are 3 layers of connective tissue surrounding the kidneys. When we look at where they're located, the kidneys have a little bit of protection from the rib cage, But otherwise, those kidneys are exposed. That's why, like if you have a kidney punch, for example, it can be so painful. People can actually be hit so hard in kidneys, they end up with a fractured kidney. Yes, I can't even imagine, okay? So that means we're going to have some protection. Under normal circumstances, this is okay, all right? But maybe trauma, whatever the case might be, that's not enough protection to the kidneys. And it will damage the kidneys. We have a renal fascia, which is going to help to bind them to this abdominal wall. A perirenal surrounding the actual kidney itself, fat capsule, basically adipose tissue. You can be told that you have a fat kidney. What does that mean? Too much fat surrounding the kidneys. Not good. And then we've got this huge, tough, woohoo, fibrous capsule that's protecting it. It is very tough. Ever eaten a kidney bean? Now how the outer portion is a little tough before you get to the squishy portion on the inside? Very similar. Why do you think it's called kidney bean? Okay? That's the reason for that. Do what?